And howdy, y'all.
Welcome. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. It's
And
that
there's people
time.
here.
It's that time of the week.
Look at them all. One Vision Aerial. Look at that. Hey, Kai. Hey,
Yes.
Dad Random happens to be here too. So, yes, I'm insulted. Doesn't take much these days. Oh, that's right. It's Kai's channel. Sorry. All right. Strike that down. I'm a guest. One Vision.
You're the special guest.
Yes, I'm very special. 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 Special.
Not special enough to have your brand new drone wiped out by a school bus, but
oh my Lord. God, why'd you say that? I told you I was gonna rant today.
oh no, you're gonna rant.
I already have
I'm gonna stoke the fire first.
I already have enough to rant about. That's just makes it worse. Today's been rant day. Gosh almighty. Ugh.
So for the rest of y'all, be prepared. Dat is loaded tonight.
Oh my I loaded with freaking stuff to rant about. There's just so much bull crap going on. I'm sick of it. Why can't anybody do anything? Follow through. How about that? Plus, I'm a teacher and it's like test time. Oh my Lord.
Say hi to everybody in the chat. First, we got One Vision. We got Sunrise at the red light. You think that he knows the red light means he's at the titty bar? At the whorehouse?
Titty on this channel? All right. I'm glad. I'm going to say it more often. Hey, welcome. Welcome, One Vision. Sunrise.
We got Chris Wetchworth and Eat More Possum.
Possums in the house. Yeah, in the house.
And Eat More Possum, one of your stickers actually made it all the way to the UK. I got confirmation from Paul yesterday that our care package of stickers has arrived.
Nice.
So the sticker of Sunrise doing the punt is now gone international.
It has made it across the pond.
It has made it all the way to the UK.
All right. That's a big step forward.
So, but I'm gonna start out on a good note, just because I can. And
okay. Is there anything good?
I promised people that I would confirm or deny this. So, got home from work, I did fire up the RC Pro, and this is the screen that popped up. So, the RC Pro does now support the Mini 3 Pro. There were reviewers out there that were bound to term and said the RC Pro will never be compatible with the Mini 3. Well,
you can say names if you want. It's okay.
51 Drums, Mr. Russ was very adamant.
All right.
It's not and will never be. Well, there's a little egg on his face, I guess.
Well, it's just okay. It's basically just says that we don't know as much as we think we know, and that's pretty much the moral of that story.
So but I did update my firmware, and I did go into the connection guide afterwards, and it still only gave the Air 2S and the Mini 3 or the Mavic 3 for an option, and not the Mini 3 yet. But I'm guessing that has something to do with the Mini 3 really not being out yet. So
I've just got my iPad here. I'm trying to figure out what the best way is to answer questions. I don't know. Put it down here. It's too hard. I need my hands free. So, school bus drone guy. School bus drone guy. Are we going to start with that?
You want?
Or is that something you put in the middle of the show? That's kind of like big. That's like big material. I'd say that's the bigger material than me canceling my Mini 3 basically order. That's to me that's early material right there. It's
then why don't you start with that?
and the reason why I'm doing it, I just want it out of the way. So and I'm not going to rant about it yet, except for the fact that nobody's following through. If in for 2 months, I mean, we've already been through a month of hype. Now a month of maybe one will get delivered to your house, and then another month of it actually getting delivered. So there you go. There's June.
I'm just
July 1st.
I'm getting very distraught about this bullshit. Was everybody putting stuff up for pre-order?
Right. I agree. Okay, go ahead. You go ahead and give me your take on pre-orders, and I'll tell you about mine.
Pre-order, you're financing the final push. You're financing DJI, Fat Shark, whoever for their final push. I saw Walksnail doing the $1 reservation on their goggles, and then I guess Flywood did the same thing on their site.
I'm not locking up $1,000 of my money so they can sit on their hands and bring out a product early and then not deliver it. That's just bull crap.
Well,
that's not how it's done. I'm sorry. If that's the way they want to do it, then I can wait. The product will be
$1,000 without a firm delivery date.
Okay, now let's look at it this way. Okay. A lot of guys will finance these products when they buy them. I finance them. I like my credit. I just keep building on my credit. I basically I buy something, I pay it off, and it's a great way of building credit. I've been building credit my entire life. I think it's awesome. And by me, putting money up front and not having anything, I'm making payments on something I don't even have in my hands. That's bullcrap. And then if you make payments on that stuff, you know how long it takes for you to get reimbursed for that money? Say you decide you get cold feet. How do you get that money back after you've made it? Takes forever. I've already had it done. I've already been down the freaking road and I'm not doing it. I thought about it today and I feel so much less screwed since I've done it.
After so much time, PayPal won't just refund you anymore.
No, they'll freaking hold it and they'll hold it as a credit. So screw that. I ain't freaking doing that. I want product in hand. If they're not going to do it, then I'm not purchasing it. I think legally that should be illegal. That if you finance or even purchase something, that there needs to be a transaction period that's not indefinite because there's no guarantee that it's going to be shipped. This is my, I think let me show you really quick. I'm gonna share this with you really quick. This is
Drone 863 has a proposition for you.
What's its proposition?
If you want, he'll just kick you in the nuts and take your money.
You gotta laugh. You do have to laugh.
I mean, you got to appreciate the effort on his part. I mean, what are friends for?
All right. I've got
Yeah, and I have to agree with eating more possum. I think I'm about 4 away from that right now.
Can you share this screen, please?
Of course I can.
All right. I did 2 of these today. I did one with DJI. I did twice with DJI. I was looking for any information and I actually gave them feedback and I go, so does it means that they claim that they have no idea where their inventory is.
And that's
And they
Best
said,
Buy, right?
no, this is DJI said that. Before they let me freaking screenshot their answer, they freaking took it down. I was good. I was actually I was like videoing the freaking conversation. And then they said, well, here's a link to to your supplier. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just being positive because there's nothing I can do. I'm just trying to get, I mean, this is a guy that just does this. It's not a bot. Could have been a bot. It was a pretty smart bot that gave direct information because I asked very specific questions for things. And then I replaced the question with another statement and to clarify. But this is Best Buys on that side. Okay. The one you're seeing is as I check this order, okay, is I can see an estimated date for now. This is after buying it on the release date. It was 6/21 is when the year, and a lot of us will go, well, crap, that's only a month away. And like the product's been announced for now 2 months. That's just bull crap. And this is an estimated date of item. I can see the estimated date. It doesn't mean that anything happens this day. It's an estimate. Rest assured, once the carrier picks it up, okay, great, fine. I mean, I grew up with McDonald's.
I'm sure whenever the carrier gets it, they'd be more than happy to send you tracking number. But how can you take money for an item that you don't even know when it's going to be there?
Yeah, I'm morally now against that practice. I can wait. I got patience. Okay, I'm not the guy on Twitter. There was a tweet by a guy that said, this is what one of the guys said on Twitter. He said, well, that just makes the product come quicker to me every time one of you guys drop out. No, dipwad. That's not how it works. It comes out when they release the product because it's in some freaking container in Los Angeles, okay? Or on a ship somewhere. They don't know. So to say that it's sitting in a warehouse and they're just holding their breath, it's not it. That's not the way it's working. They're having supply chain issues. And this is for sure. They have no freaking clue when everything's going to get there. They don't want to start shipping it piecemeal. They want to ship it as a big lump sum push because they'll piss off just a few less people. But just like the Mavic 3, this is what I went through with my Mavic 3. And then once they release it, it's going to be in short supply because there's not going to be that many. And I'm like, fine, that's another month right there. I'm willing to give up that month because right now that product is how old? Frick, the FPV will be out by then as an idea. I got time.
We're not even going to go down that rabbit hole just yet. But I mean, they pretty much said the 2 other versions won't be available till August. Was the regular controller or no controller? And after seeing this update today, I won't be buying anything till sometime in August.
Right. I'm gonna get the Mini 3, out in the distant future here. But maybe not. I don't know.
I'm just gonna stick with this little guy right here because this thing is very capable. I still got to get the sticker. Capable. I will find the sticker.
Kai, you can fly through trees with that. Just don't be the guy that does it in freaking sport mode. Mr. Bus Man.
You mean run into a school bus?
Oh, no, there was another guy on Twitter that ran his into a tree in sport mode. He's like, APAS doesn't work. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't work when you have it in sport mode. It even tells you that when you freaking turn it in sport mode. It says, hey, you've just deactivated APAS. It's not going to go around trees, dipwad.
Well,
We all hate
he
hookers
can.
not knowing what we're going to get. Drones 863. Put that. Can you put that up? It's a family show. Oh, what kind of hookers you freaking
Yeah. Nothing like reaching down. Oh, never mind.
You guys can read those.
So
Yeah, and Jim and whoever wants to stay on the list. I think that's valuable.
I think this is about the only thing we can guarantee will happen. But the Mini 3 will be released before the Mini 4.
Yes.
I was kind of thinking here over the weekend, do I really need some sub 250? And here's the thing. The one thing that bothers me beyond and on the Mini 3, and I've already shared that with you, but I'm going to share this with the stream here. None of the reviewers put the Mini 3 on a scale. And from what I understand, it barely makes the 249 gram mark.
I mean, if like a gnat landed on it, it would be over.
So you put a sticker on it or whatever, you're done. Now you've got a camera that is outstanding for night footage. What is the one thing you're required to have on your quad if you fly at night? A freaking strobe. You put a strobe on that thing and your total takeoff weight is above the 250, and that's where the whole thing goes to shambles.
The videos that did show the lights are brighter now, the red and green lights, navigation lights are brighter, but they
are not the required 3 statutory mile lights.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of things. No, you don't get extra sticks. There's no charging brick. Jim said that. You got a lot of things. You gotta purchase a lot of extras.
The charging brick.
It does work good. That's a good.
This is the one I got was the Air 2S, which is quite a hunk. But I've got a drawer full of charging, USB charging bricks.
I like theirs because the little teeth freaking fold back in. I think it's kind of cool. It does charge.
Am I trying to fat shame the Mini 3 Pro? Well, no, DJI did that all by themselves. And for the ones that haven't heard this part of it yet, DJI canceled and discontinued the sale of the Plus battery in Europe and the UK. Because that battery puts it over the 250 gram limit, and they won't even make that battery available. People had it on order, and they had the orders canceled because DJI will not make that battery available anywhere in Europe or the UK.
You can't even get licensed to fly it?
No, because they need to have the stupid C sticker. There's a C rating.
Right.
And the European equivalent of the FAA
right
come up with the C rating system. They just sort of forgot to put somebody in charge of that. So you can't get a C label because there's nobody to give the C label. So Yeah, our European friends really got screwed. And here in the US, if you want to fly it at night to take advantage of the full camera, you're going to have to see if we can find one of those Japanese batteries that puts it under 200 grams. So you got enough where you can put the strobe on it. And actually, we need not just one, we need two of them, one on top, one on the bottom. Right?
Well,
because the anti-collision, I mean, you don't have to have navigational lights. So the red and green, you're not required, but you need to have the anti-collision, which means a clear strobe on top or a white strobe on top and a red strobe on the bottom. So
I'm just
well,
out of sorts.
You're right with that, Drone 863, but the whole gimmick of this thing is to be sub 250. And right now, it's only a $5 for the 3-year registration. But once we come across the remote ID, once you cross the 250 gram threshold, you also have to have remote ID on it. So this is a nightmare in the making. And that's what Dad sent me today, in case you haven't heard this little nugget yet. So flying without a proper license on a commercial shoot for the pilot is about $1,100 ticket at this point.
Yep.
But they went a little further than that. Now the guy that hired said non-certified pilot for a commercial job can get hit for 10 times that. So the real estate guy that hired his neighbor's son to take some pictures, he can get hit for 11 grand, and the neighbor's son gets hit for 1,100.
And I think the fear needs to go out there because,
I think the word needs to be spread about that.
I've got, I know a couple of realtors, and I don't know who gives them their footage, but I guarantee they're not paying for it. There's a few pilots with that'll do that, but most of them have they're such control freaks with their photographs.
Yeah, but as that article said, real estate is a cutthroat business.
Right.
And somebody gets wind that you post pictures that are taken on the shady side, they will turn your ass in quicker than anything.
All right. Prove that you got your stuff there. I mean, you'd have to turn them into the FAA, and then the FAA would send them a letter and say, "Hey, we're going to educate you as to your business using," which is great and everything. Maybe they
might work for the first 3 times or so, but I mean, eventually they're going to catch on.
Yeah, they're going to bust somebody eventually.
They already have busted people. Yeah, Drone, listen, I think you're absolutely right on that. Eventually, that's where they're going to go with it. What entity is issuing the ticket? That's the FAA.
Yeah, you gotta get it there, and they'll like I said, they'll send out the scary letter and saying that.
But then again, when the batteries have empty, it's going to be lighter, right? Because it's got less electrons on it. Come on, play along.
You got to have some humor here.
Now, there's somebody out there you can sell that crock of bull crap to.
And well, going back to your RC Pro comment, now you have the option to own it and know that you can fly your Mini 3 when you eventually have one sent to you. And you can buy the Mini 3 without either controller. You can buy just the standalone unit with a battery in it. The controllers are not that pricey. The N1s are only like $50. They're not expensive controllers. It's not like you're holding a piece of gold in your hand. I can imagine the new RC Pro is probably maybe I'd look at Chinese dollars, yen, yuan, probably $100 product, probably $50 to manufacture. So there. So you could own the RC Pro. I've been thinking about this. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do with this money burning a hole in my pocket with. I could go get a hooker. That's what one of you guys suggested, and not know what I'm going to get. Or I could buy an RC Pro and eventually fly a Mini 3 with it. Eventually. Maybe I'll be able to fly the new FPV that comes out. Are we going to go there now? The FPV drone that comes out in the fall of 2023.
You mean this thing?
Mm-hmm. It's so cute. I want one.
That we don't even know whether or not that is it, because there was some pictures surfacing of a whoop style.
Right. Yeah.
The only thing that gets me about this is these goggles that were posted.
Yeah.
And if you look, you see this little O2 right there?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it kind of look like that O2 on the side of that drone?
Yeah. You are very observant, Kai. And I do, okay. You talked about that camera and all the different things. Now, most of us look at the camera and go, well, why the hell would they have a camera there? What is that supposed to do?
Well, we don't know what this is.
Yeah.
We don't know what this
obstacle avoidance.
It's so obstacle avoidance on the goggles. Yeah.
So when you're walking around, you don't freaking run into something.
So, yeah. These pictures were posted on Twitter, I believe, from this NG drone dude. Apparently, these are the new DJI goggles to go with the this quad that we just showed you, but they have these little things on there, and we were speculating as to what this possibly could be. And I'm thinking that's a camera.
Right. I think you're going right down the right road. If that, it makes sense. It makes total sense that that's a camera.
The reason I'm thinking it's a camera, and SkyZone did it in the 030 goggles. You could just flip a button. You didn't have to take the goggles off, and you could see what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with FAA and everybody doing this whole line of sight thing, are they doing some sort of picture-in-picture thing to where you can see what's going on in front of you and what's going on with the goggle, or do they superimpose one on top of the other? You know, there's literally thousands of possibilities which way they can take this thing. Yeah, the other thing I just kind of noticed, it looks like these antennas fold up or fold in for storage.
There's a lot of really
see this little hole right here, and this antenna looks like it's folded down.
I just think there's a lot of really good stuff about it. It makes sense. The ergonomics is right. So when you're flying, most people, when they're flying, almost everybody, when they're flying, their head is down. And it's because we're used to looking down when we're flying other things.
Yep.
Your head is slightly down. That camera is straight out. Now we've got stereoscopic vision. There you go. And that's what you need when you're trying to fly legally. You got line of sight now. And there's nothing that says you can't use a camera to be your line of sight. There's nothing that says that. It just says that you have to have an idea of the surroundings that you're flying in. And the goggles screw that up, but the camera fixes it. And I think it helps. I think it's nice to know who's around you. So you don't trip on something, or you can see if somebody's coming up to you when you're flying. You got that Karen coming up with a freaking sledgehammer or a freaking machete. You can freaking save your drone or maybe run off. I always think of that when I'm wearing my goggles. Who's looking at me?
Dustin, Nightbot ain't calling you specifically a bum. It's just I saw that phrase somewhere else in a live stream, and I thought I was a cool reminder. So that's why I put it in the Nightbot.
Don't be a bum. Hit the thumb.
So
I really like
that and having that same O2 marking on it makes it rather interesting.
Yeah. The other thing, if I can interject here, where in the hell is this thing right here? Let me share this really quick. I got the same thing. I just, let's see. Let's go right there. It's this little 3 picture compilation.
Yeah, I just tore the 3 pictures apart. That's why I got them on individual.
This looks more like a DJI product than the other. The other one reminds me of the first Mavic 2 stuff that came out a while ago, or my Mavic 3 stuff that came out a while ago. This looks like the first version. I can't see, even if they want to put out a Cinewhoop, which they could do anytime they wanted to. I mean, crap. DJI couldn't put out a Cinewhoop in 2 seconds. It makes no sense for them to put out a Cinewhoop.
Well, look at the battery on the bottom unit. See that little white sticker in there? That almost looks like a DJI label to me.
Yeah, I can't. Oh man, what do I? Let me just cheers.
Here is a blown
there
up.
we go. Thank you. I was just gonna blow this one up. Good, that's what I want to see. Yeah, and then they fixed the problems. Look at that. They got rear sensors on that. 2 rear facing sensors. Totally DJI idea. They use the same props. That would be something they would do. They use the same body style. Another thing they would do. Same battery. That might be the same battery. More than likely not, because it's probably smaller. But that to me is a DJI drone. And the camera they put on that thing, that is where the mystery would lie at this point. I think the drone is a DJI product. Concept drawing. I don't like that the camera looks like that, but I don't know. A camera aperture, the hole that it comes out, who says it has to be a certain size? Doesn't have to be ginormous.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, I think it all makes more sense than
there's the DJI Avata. This tidbit came with those goggles. So
and everybody for sure thinks that the Avata is the actual the would be the goggles and not the drone.
And Jack Rabbit's in the house. Howdy, Scott. And Harley FPV, Craig. Hello.
If you have not, make sure you click the thumbs up button.
Yeah. So the last 2 weeks, I played a lot of the videos from Drones 863, and I caught a ton of copyright claims on those.
Yeah, because of the music.
Yeah, I had to go mute a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
So,
you just
oops.
I never.
And for the time being, Dustin, I'm sorry, but I won't be able to play any more of your videos because this is getting a little weird. One video I had three copyright claims on. They actually quit showing my video because of it. So
the guys, the best way to do that is to just go find, there's a lot of free sources for music. Just go find one and just use it. I mean, there's like,
oh no, one of them was on your video too. The one that you posted with you playing all your instruments, your one-man band.
well, yeah, that's a copywritten song. Oh, that's right. Did I do that on you? Oh, that's a big one. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't even think about that. Ugh.
And for those that were wondering,
About is a man who pretends to be female for attention. Okay. Oh my Lord.
Johnny Drone Flyer. I thought I saw something down there.
I think they want to take that back or just create controversy with the name.
Now, which puts us to the other flop of a release, aka the Fat Shark Dominator, whatever, HD. Let's call it the Dominator HD, which has been dominating the FPV
Right.
channels for the past 3 days with a release that really wasn't a release, which was more like an announcement of what it could be if they get the act together. Question is there DJI in it or not?
Yeah.
Let me just say something else. So I'm a designer draftsman. I worked with people prototyping different products, and everyone I ever talked to and everybody that knows says the last place to go to is China when you start trying to do prototypes. Always do your prototypes close to you with a company that you can rely on and have confidence in that they don't leak your product. Anything that goes to China will be cloned by the Chinese. The Chinese don't give a flying flip about patent laws.
Right.
They will copy their grandmother's whatever.
It's not copy, it's community. There's no such thing as you. It's for the party. You don't own anything, and you don't own in like individual civil liberties are not a thing that they they embrace. They don't. They never have. Go back thousands of years. They were always working for the community. That's why communism did so well in China.
And
It's always been a
so
community.
for a Chinese company to clone the software and code from another Chinese manufacturer is not really front page news. I mean, who remembers these advertisements for these little $93 drones? And then they were using Mavic Pro pictures and footage to promote that thing with. You could buy the drone for $100, but they were showing the $1,000 Pro in their
Right.
picture. They don't give a rat behind about patent laws or anything like that. Unless they have something and we copy it over here, then they go screaming.
Yeah. Well, we know those. Do you have the goggle photo? It's full of DJ. Those goggles are full of DJI elements. There's nothing.
Well, there's no Chinese version of Kai because they can't have enough material to clone me.
There's entire fake Apple stores in China, and Apple makes their product there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, the fake Apple store.
Oh, gems.
They just take one of the P's out.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I think Ben's got it right here. Reverse engineering is an art form in China. So it may not be blessed DJI technology in those Dominator goggles, but yeah, somebody stole something from somebody. Cloned, some copied. However you want to whatever you want to call it. Regardless. So I think everybody knows the whole freaking story about CADX and Walk Snail and Fat Shark and Fat Shark denying and Walk Snail website going down, going protected, coming back up. It's mind-boggling what happened there in the span of 2 days.
Oops. I'm just looking for a. I just, if you look at switches, if you look at features, and it's just obvious to me that there's DJI in the mix.
There's no wish version of me.
There's a
and like Ben's asking, what's the Chinese translation for ethical? Good one. So anyhow, CADX and Walk Snail are sitting in the same building. Walk Snail and CADX logos were registered by the same person. CADX and Walk Snail have the same telephone number. And CADX mascot or emblem or whatever is a snail. So how I mean, how related are CADX and Walk Snail? Let's think about that for a minute.
There's no mystery.
Yeah. So CADX cooked something up, was Walk Snail. Under the Walk Snail name, some got cooked up, and we have to see, 2-3 months from now, what that system looked like, and if it does what they're right now promising it will do.
And DJI owns everything.
And then, shortly after the Dominator and Walk Snail fiasco, Carl from Hd0 jumped onto the bandwagon and decided, I'm going to have a goggle too. And here's what it's going to look like. So this is going to be the Hd0 goggles. This is the rendering that were posted by Carl on Facebook. And HDMI in, HDMI out, power switch, focus adjustment, IPD adjustment, built-in DVR, and most importantly, room for an analog FPV module on the side. So you can use it either or, digital or analog. Somebody's listening to the community there. So, I mean, these are renderings. They're going to have a rail system to mount the cameras on. obviously there's a vent and a power fan on it. It'll be interesting to see what they actually end up looking like. I mean, these are renderings. Let's find out what
actually comes about, what actually works.
what comes about. But yeah. So I think this is one of the smarter approaches to and digital goggle. But I mean, the thing what it comes down to is screen size. These are supposed to be 1080, just like the Dominators. So 1080 is where everything's set it. I mean, the DJI goggles right now are at 720. They can do higher, but they're only getting a 720 signal. So get 800 and some pixels, big whoop. It's still only 720 picture. So,
well, to compete, you got to get the 1080. I think that's everybody's.
I think 1080 is going to be the gold standard going forward. But
I think that's all you need to be that close to an image. I think 1080 is, we'll always ask for more. I mean, it's, that's not, we'll always try to get more.
By the way, the Dominator goggles that they had at Rampage didn't even work on 1080. So that's one of them, even a 1080 feed out of those things. So, I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see what this stuff develops to be like. There's some hopefuls on the horizon, but there's gonna be an absolute brutal goggle war going on because DJI is not sitting on their hands. They're cooking up something, and having this quad and the matching goggles, I don't think that's just a pipe dream, but we don't know what it is. It's all renderings. So, but we're going to have a couple of big players in the goggle market, and competition is a good thing for us because competition spurts innovation, spurts better products, makes it all better for us and more expensive because the prices are not coming down. I saw the Dominator goggle is on pre-order for $599, which does not include the antennas. So you can put another 100 on antennas. And the VTX was priced at $159. And that doesn't include a receiver like on a Vista system or the DJI Air unit. So, I mean, I don't use the DJI controller anymore. Well, I take that back. I use it very little. I have it, but we're not going to get there. Yeah. So we're going to have. There's some interesting new developments that we're going to have to keep an eye on, but I don't see anything worth staking any kind of money on.
And the other big thing is patience. Just you got to have real. I mean, there's just nothing moving anywhere fast, and and then when we do move somewhere, it's going to cost us more. So if you're going to drive cross country this year, you're going to basically.
And Ben's got a good point. There are some FCC related hurdles for 1080 support on the Dominators. So
It's wish that you wish you could be more excited. You can, I guess, for the, we'll see what the products come out that we're going to fly with. That to me is where another whole aspect of the goggle thing is going to, the idea that DJI would come out with a whoop is intriguing, but I just don't know if that's their style. It just doesn't look right. But it doesn't mean that they couldn't easily do that. I mean, you literally have a DJI whoop if you just put an ear unit on a freaking whoop. And then you put your walk snail goggles on, you're basically flying DJI right there. Even though you think you're not. I'm flying walk snail. Nope.
Like Rabbit says, we need competition making baby formula.
Yeah, that's not funny. Yeah, well, she is. I remember when I used to get cans of that stuff. I used to go buy freaking 10 cans. Go into the grocery store, and I don't even remember what it cost, if it was expensive or cheap. All I remember is if I didn't have it, my kids would scream. I can mix baby formula with my eyes closed in my sleep.
Not after 3 kids, I would think so.
At 2:00 in the morning. Chris, where you going? Hands up, it's your turn. It's always my turn. I'm tired. No, I'm tired.
I'm more tired than you're tired.
So. Exactly. Oh, yeah. I'm tired of you telling me you're more tired than me. Oh, man. Government wants you paying $1 a mile? What's that? $1 more a mile? Is that what the cost? Yeah, somebody explain that. That probably means something that I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't quite get it either. Jim's going to have to fill us in.
Cost per mile? Like, been there, done that. Oh my God. Oh, women. All right, I'm going to say that.
Yeah, we're not going to say that out loud.
Akarisho, you still owe me. I thought you were buying Mavic 3s for everybody. Now I need a freaking Pro Smart controller. I'm looking at one right now. I'm looking at a DJI RC Pro. I was thinking about getting the RC Pro.
Just buy the Hd0 with the RC Pro.
Well, then I got.
By the way, DJI did put a sale on the Hd0 with the smart controller, but the old smart controller. But they put $250 off on it. I mean,
right.
If you just have a bunch of old, Mavic 2s and
right.
Mini 2s.
I need to move. I need to move forward.
I wonder how well that smart controller will work with the Hd0 because the Mini 2 had a bunch of problems with the smart controller.
I'm wondering how your is going to work.
Tech Drone Media, old Henrik out there in Denmark, he was fighting heck trying to get the Mini to work with the smart controller.
Shouldn't be fighting like heck. You should be able to open the box, put it on the table, take everything apart, put batteries in it, make sure it's charged up, turn it on, and fly. That's it. That's how everything should be. None of this freaking doing funky things, reading directions. Turn it on, it pairs, go fly. That's my motto on life.
I think Jack Rabbit here, Scott's got the new battle cry, free the tatas.
I just I'm very disappointed today.
Well,
But here, I'm going to show off my freaking camera. I'm going to do that before we're getting to the end of the stream here.
yeah, show off your stuff.
Okay, now, this is just it's not a big deal. Okay, this is just some I do dash cameras because I love them. I like dorking around with cameras, period. But this right here is a modular dash camera. It's a modular one. Look at that.
And what makes it modular?
Okay. Watch this. So magnetic GPS right there. It's all magnetic. That's the mounting thing. There's the outside facing camera. Here's the inside facing camera on a swivel. This freaking thing has been just well thought out. It's awesome. I love freaking gadgets like this. So now I can drive down the road. You can decide whether you want an interior camera or not. It's freaking cool. Now, I don't know how good the cameras work. We're gonna find
every Uber driver in America should have one of those things on their car.
You need the interior camera. Now, the big viral video going around is some cab driver kicks a fare out because they were saying some racist comment when they got into his cab, and he said, "Get the hell out," that kind of thing. But he had video all that, and this is night vision. So this is actually a three channel system. I've got a third camera that connects into that port right there. That's the camera port. Okay, so anyway, comes with a card. It comes ready to go. It comes out of the box, ready. You don't have to do
shit. What do you do for a power supply on that?
Okay, this is the problem with this. Okay. I did get a solution to the problem though. I've got one on order. This is the problem. Well, that's the other camera. That's camera 3. But the power supply is, I already have a power supply that runs into my truck. Okay. Now, almost all new cameras, including the one I'm sending to Kai right here. He's getting this one for free. This Surfola. This one has a USB-C port. Okay. This new one that's all high tech. What do you think it comes with? Look at that freaking old bastard.
What the hell is that?
That's a USB micro.
Yikes.
When was the last time you saw a USB micro? Now, it is a beefy connection. So what I got is I went and got a converter that goes from USB micro to USB-C. So I can connect the wire that I already got run through my damn car. I don't want to run new wires. So anyway, but this is the one. And I have it hardwired in. I always have a dash camera going. So anyway, that's gonna be a fun one. That's a fun project I got coming up, and I just do these. I get a little bit of traction from these cameras because I have fun with them. I think they're cool. I enjoy it. So it's just another cool thing. So anytime, that's where I got my Karen footage. Yep. I had my dash camera running in my truck, and she was freaking. I had the window open, so all the sound got captured, and it was running the whole time. It was freaking great. I'm like, I've got my dash camera running. I went home and brought that there, and I played it to my wife. I go, look at what I have to deal with. That freaking Hd0 was nothing but trouble, just so you know. That's the freaking Goonie Bird video. Running 3 dash cams on mine. 1 out front, 2 out back window, 1 facing. Yes, all right. Yes. Taking the universal out of UBS. I just think that USB-C should be in just everything. Just freaking put USB-C ports on everything. Just call it a day, Apple. Holy crap. Like this. They're mini. This is the new mini. It's got a USB-C port. Okay. This is the other new, but it doesn't have a USB-C port. This is the 13. The 14 still doesn't have a USB-C port. What the hell? How are the Germans going to freaking charge their phones?
Well, the European Union actually is working on a deal where there's only USB-C.
And I think they should. I think they should just call it a day and fix this mess. But anyway, I'm excited. I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna get this thing set up, and I got a 3-channel system, right? No, it's only a 2-channel system. It's a rear and front. I'm turning it back into a 3-channel system. So I'm taking out my N4 Pro, and I'm putting in the Ray Photo, whatever the hell this is, model LS05D. These are all cloned too. I mean, all the internal parts are the same as every freaking other one, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see. If it takes what I would consider to be good 4K video, 256, I think. I think it was 256. Yeah, 4K, 1080p, 1080p back. So,
but I want to answer Akirasho's questions here real quick. Should the Android loaded onto the Mini 3 Pro RC be super stable? So I don't know which version of Android they got on that thing. I can tell you the RC Pro has Android 10 on it. And the most current version of Android is 12.
ooh.
So
Have you put apps in it or worked with any of the?
I haven't done anything of that yet.
I need some information, Kai. If I'm going to buy one.
You can put your own apps on it, and I will put the Before You Fly app and the weather app and the UAV forecast.
Yeah, because then you can screenshot those suckers. You got your freaking RC Pro out, screenshot your weather conditions and your flight information, so everybody knows that you got proof in your record.
Yeah, probably put a loft on here. So
yeah, make life easy. Get the freaking phone out of the deal. The phone out of the freaking question. All right. It's Taco Tuesday, guys. So anytime now. Oh, Steve hasn't eaten either. Holy crap. I better feed Steve. So
yeah, well, we're going to get off of here because we've been at it for a little over an hour now. So that should.
Thanks for putting up with us. We didn't rant as much as I thought we'd rant. I think we calmed down.
I think we pretty much got our ranting out of our system before we ever got started.
This dash camera made me feel so much better. It gave me dash camera good feelings. But Ray Photo, I was at Best Buy and I saw all the different dash cameras they have there. There's so many brands. My gosh, there's a gazillion brands. This one's priced as real comparable. They're all priced the same. They're under $200, every one of them. The good ones are about 200, somewhere around there, about 199. We'll see if this one makes the cut. If it's garbage video, then I'm worried about the mounting system. The mounting system is permanent. It's sticky. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. So a lot of crap coming down and then nothing to show for it. We will have no product in hand.
We got a lot of product announcements, but nothing that we can lay our hands on.
Yep.
I think everybody should just wait and see when the product comes available and look at some of the reviews of the non-paid reviewers. Even though they didn't get paid, however you want to call it.
I even left the stickers on for you, Kai. Look at that. 2 USB-C ports. I mean, these guys had it right. This thing's really good too. It's hefty and it's got good stuff about it. Good cameras. All right. So yep, Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. So y'all don't tie up a bunch of money with product that's not going to be available anytime soon.
unless you're crazy and you have to have it. I'm crazy, but I don't have to have it. It's going to be so old. It's going to be old news by the time I get it. So whatever I do with it, I'll still be doing I'll still be doing the things that I like to do, but nobody, there'll be 100 of them out by then. That's okay. It's not going to be me. So, and you'll still watch me, right, Kai?
I'll still watch you.
All right. I'll at least
Somebody
get
got to
one
keep
view.
an eye on you.
I'll get one view.
Somebody got to keep an eye on you.
Yeah. All righty. Grandpa, I think that was the taco call down there. I heard him. I got to go feed
All
Steve.
right.
All righty,
Well,
man.
Thanks for joining me. Enjoy your tacos. Any more words of wisdom you have for our friends?
That's for Taco Tuesday.
No more words of wisdom from you. I don't know how it is with you, but we having a heat wave over here. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it's hot as crap right now. But 93.
Yep. Oh, shit, I can't even look out on my thermometer anymore.
Yep. All right. I got the dinner call. That's the second time.
All right, y'all. Thanks for stopping by, joining us. We'll see you next week, same time, same location. Until then, y'all have a great evening, and thank you for joining us.